So the rape investigation team is a team of people who work to investigate reports of rape that are given to Gwent Police. So my role within the department is a sexual offences liaison officer. I am usually the first point of contact for people who make the reports of sexual offences and rapes within Gwent Police. So my role is to first attend and speak with people who have experienced what they've reported. So I would go in and I would sit down with an individual and I would take an account of them and ask them what has happened. Not only is my role just to take an account of them and gather evidence for the offence at that time, but my role is to be there for them because at that time it's probably going to be the worst day of their lives, making that report, and they're probably going to be in fear and they're probably going to be confused and feeling some sort of distress about what's happened. So my role is to sit and make sure that they feel like they're being listened to and they are believed and they don't have to be fearful. I am their designated friendly face just for the investigation, to support them through it if they've got any questions, and to complete all the actions from their side really. So I would complete their video interview and then I would support them through court and explain that process as well. So when we go out initially, we sit with them and we give them a safe space to be able to feel like they are believed and they can just be listened to, even if it's a chat. And I would ask them to tell me what had happened to them. I would write down what has happened and I would consider things like early evidence. So I would collect urine samples and skin samples, clothing. We would consider then moving forward to do something called a medical, where we would ask if they would be willing to attend the hospital to do forensic swabs and have a health check, which would be at the SARC, which is the Sexual Assault Referral Centre. So when you walk into the SARC unit, you'll be greeted by a member of staff. They're called crisis workers, and they are there to support your needs, so medically and anything really that you would need on the day. They work for an agency called New Pathways and another agency that's supported by the SARC, and they're there just to make sure that you're okay and you're being supported through the process. So when you go in, you'll be sat in your own secure pod away from anyone else. We've got your own waiting area and you'll be looked after and supported. The officers, if there's officers there with you, if it's not self-referral, then they will be liaising with the medical examiner then, who will do the process with you, down with you without the officers and with the crisis worker, to go through your medical history, any concerns, and not to talk in massive detail about the actual incident, but more about their health and well-being. And then attached to one of the pods that you're sitting, you've got your own forensically cleaned medical suite, which no one else has got access to, so the doors are locked. And then you'll be taken in and you can have a sit with the medical examiner and the crisis worker, and they'll run you through the process and you'll have your medical examination there, where you'll be checked and then forensic swabs will be taken. And then when you come out of the medical examination, there is a separate bathroom where you can have a shower if obviously after the medical examination you feel like you would like to do so, and you can be provided with cleaning toiletries, bags and stuff, and change clothing. And it's basically set just to support that victim who's attended, because it's not a very nice process. It's something that victim's come forward and reported to us, something really traumatic, and it's all set to be able to support that victim in the best way as possible and get them through that process without affecting them really. And the next process after that then would be to conduct a video interview based on initially what they disclosed to me. So we would sit in a living room setting, it would be comfy, and we would support them and we would ask them to tell us in as much detail as they can what has happened, and then that would be used as their evidence going forward to court. So with the video interview, we've got designated suites all around Gwent. We've got one in Cardiff in our Sexual Assault Referral Centre if we need to do the interview there. We've got 4 suites where we've got one in Brymawr, one in Llanbradach, one in Mega, and then we've got one next to the police station in Brisca. They're designated buildings that are not manned. There's officers like myself who are something called ABE, Achieving Best Evidence, video trained. We are specially trained to interview people for these offences. So we often have people tell us, it happened a long time ago, I don't remember, I'm worrying that I'm not going to be able to answer your questions. We are trained to be able to ask those questions and get answers out of people. So we always tell people, if it's happened a long time ago, don't worry, it's fine, you can only remember what you can remember. We are trained to support them in giving their evidence. A little bit like me sitting here now and having a conversation. So we would take somebody to one of our AB suites, is what they're called, and if they want a crisis worker to sit in the interview, they can for support, and it's in a living room setting where there will be a camera on the ceiling. It doesn't move, it doesn't make any noise, and you will be interviewed by an officer which you feel more comfortable with. If I'm your point of contact, it might be me. If you choose me to do it, it could be somebody else. Another officer then, we call a second, will be sitting in a different room monitoring and taking notes. So I would be sat asking questions, but I wouldn't be making notes, I would just be talking to them. And we would ask in-depth questions about what's happened. So usually we would ask, can you tell me in as much detail what has happened to you and what you'd like to talk about? And we would need to ask some difficult questions about the offence, usually things surrounding body parts and consent, about that individual, and then obviously the offender. That's all video recorded, and then in the event that it does end up going to court, that will be played in a courtroom. So it will be viewed by every person in the courtroom, including the offender themselves, and then our survivor then would have to give evidence. So they can be supported in multiple ways. They don't have to go into the courtroom. They can if they wish to do so, but there's things we can put in place to support them. So we could apply for things called special measures, which is usually screens, video link, pre-recorded evidence before court. And that's usually the process that we go through later on down the line with the interview. Most of our cases, they do come from like a domestic setting where things happen at home. A lot of our cases have come from being at home, partners, family within the domestic setting. So it is different to having in relation to when we deal with a stranger. So we would obviously consider every aspect of their life. So my role when I visit that person would be, what are your home circumstances, what are your safety circumstances? So my role within the police and obviously the team as well would be to make sure that that person is safe first and foremost before the report. So when the report is made, then we would consider things like women's aid to support, again, in terms of mental health and counselling, in terms of their well-being and how they feel about dealing with a traumatic event. We would refer them to new pathways with their consent if they wish to do so. We consider things like housing, and then obviously to deal with the offender, we would consider them bringing them into custody to be able to put restrictions on them in terms of contact. Every case by case is assessed, so every case is different, but there are different safeguarding things that we can put in place. And they've obviously still got that point of contact in terms of ISVAs, myself, and obviously the force directly as well for any concerns leading forward after the offence has been reported. Clare's Law is, people can contact us in terms of partners, and they would make an application to have information on a individual. So if the offender has been an ex-partner or the investigation is ongoing, or if they're currently in a relationship, they would contact Gwent Police either via 101 or through our website, and you would make an application, and then our team, who specialises in Clare's Law, would make contact with them and make disclosures if there's any previous. In terms of people reporting on behalf of other people, we have that as well, where friends would report on behalf of other friends, or family members would report on behalf of other family members. When something is reported to us as the police in terms of like sexual offences and rapes, we would need then to speak to that individual who the report is about. In terms of obsteteria, we do respect that person's views and feelings on the report being made. We would need to speak with them individually because of the severe nature of what's been reported. However, what their thoughts and feelings are going forward would be taken into consideration, because if it's been reported by a friend or a family member and they wasn't ready to come forward yet, we would completely understand that. We would still need the information and the detail, and obviously there's potential that there's somebody out there that could be a risk, either again to them or other individuals. So we would still need to take action on that. However, we would respect what that person is telling us in terms of what they would want going forward, in terms of the support they want. But we do encourage, if somebody is aware of an offence that's taken place, to come forward to us, because it's not just safeguarding that person that we know about, it could be safeguarding others as well from future incidents. So we usually say within our department there's a forensic window, which is 7 days, It depends on the nature of the offence as well. So it depends on really body parts. So with vaginal, it would be 7 days forensic window. With anal, it would be 3. But a forensically live job is usually where we've got that window before we lose the forensics. We have reports that have come from 30 years ago, people that have come forward now in their 30s for something that's happened when they're a child. They are all dealt with the same, and they are all of the same severity. They've just been reported at different times. So there's no wrong or right time to report anything of this nature. If something has happened years and years and years ago, we still encourage people to come forward now because we can still investigate that. At the end of my shift, I feel like I've worked hard. Every day is different. I am grateful in this job being able to meet loads of different people from different walks of life. So I do go home and I think about the people that I've met. Every day when I go home, I reflect on who I've met and what we've spoken about, and you just think, oh, they're really brave and well done for coming forward. And it's nice to be able to be the one there then to see it through. It is a hard day, but it's always worth it in the end when you know you've made the difference to somebody else's life. You see people smile and you know you're doing the best for that person. When you see the results in the end as well, after a lot of work, not just myself, just the rest of the department as well, because they work really hard and we're all very dedicated and we do invest a lot into the jobs. But if you can change that one person's day, even for a couple of hours, then it is worth it.